Hello. This is just a real quick review of the Certabo DaVinci and the Certabo chessboard. I'm not going to go over everything, but I just wanted to just kind of show things if anybody was interested in one. This here is the Certabo DaVinci Extreme, which is a little mini computer, a Raspberry Pi based computer that connects to a Certabo board. I also have this little speaker that's plugged in here to get the sound out of it. But generally, though, it plugs into the board through the USB connection. You can play against a variety of engines. The engines have to be compiled for Raspberry, so you can't just simply copy an engine from Windows, from your Windows computer, and put it on here. You'll notice that it has a variety of USB connections and even an Ethernet connection that you can use. And let's see, so when you're first setting it up, you have to calibrate your pieces. It's really easy. You just put all your pieces on your board and hit calibrate, and just so it knows where all your pieces are. Your pieces have these little chips, underneath that you use. That's how it recognizes them. And once you have it calibrated, it knows what the pieces are, or at least for the most part. Occasionally, sometimes it gets a little funky. You'll see like one of the pieces will disappear even though it's on the board, and usually you just have to adjust the piece on there. So on here you can play against the AI, but you can also connect to Chess on here just by hitting the Chess button. So you can play online, play against people, or the bots that are on Chess. Options, you have these different options with skill levels and all that type of thing. You can also go into this chessboard part. And there's some options in there as well. That's the options. So you can, like, when the AI is thinking, it will flash some lights. Here are the options that where you can choose that. So this, if I can hit the button there. But if you wanted just to play a game against the AI, you just hit new game, and you have these different settings. So you have these different. One is being the easiest skill level. You can go all the way up to 20. There's a variety of different time controls. And you can pick other if you want. The only thing that's missing on here, I kind of wish it had, is to be able to put, like, I want a level of 30 seconds per move on average. You can't do that. It's really stuck with this. You're stuck with this Fisher time control. But you can upload just a ton of engines on here. And so these are the engines I currently have on there. So and you can just, there's LC0, Marvin, Stockfish, all those kind of engines are on here. And they're always adding new ones. So it's like Stockfish and they also have these ROMs that you can get that are free online. You'll have to check them, whether or not if they're actually free, or require a license. I don't know. But you can add these different ROMs to play like against the old Mephisto engines like Amsterdam or the Vancouver, or Roma 32-bit, which was the 68020. And when you do that, it launches this, it's called MAME, which is an emulator. To be honest, in my opinion, it doesn't work really well on the DaVinci Extreme. You're much better off connecting your Certabo board to your PC if you want to play with those ROMs. This seems to be very taxing to this computer, and it kind of runs slow when you're playing with the ROMs. So you know, if I'm going to play with this, I usually just pick something that would, you know, Stockfish 8 or something, and then I, you know, pick a book. So I get these different ones that are on my device, and just hit done, and set the skill level maybe. Pick which color you want to play as, and, you know, and then you just simply hit start. And so now it's waiting for me to move. And you can see the LED is lit up where the PC wants to move and where it wants to move to. And you can see a little representation of it on the screen there. So, and you just keep on playing just like you would normally. I have it on infinite, so you don't see a clock. Normally, if I had it on a time, you would see a clock up around here. But because it's on infinite, you don't see it. And so I just moved it. I just moved my knight, and now it's responding again. So one thing I really like about the Certabo board, the Certabo system, is the fact that you can just use your own chess pieces. I mean, that's really the best part. I mean, over here this is my DGT board, but these are the pieces that come with it, and you can only use pieces that are just specifically designed for DGT boards. You can't just go on to House of Staunton and buy a chess set and use it on your board. You have to have a DGT pieces, because there are things inside these pieces that make them work with a board. But with Certabo, it's just these chips that you get a set that comes with your board, but you can also buy additional ones. So if you want to use a variety of pieces, you can. The only thing I really don't care for is the fact when you calibrate, you know, it kind of ties, like it knows this is the bishop. If you were to play like with a DGT Centaur, it doesn't really recognize the pieces. It just knows there's a piece on the board. In my opinion, that works so much better. With a DGT Centaur, you can actually get these little stickers that you put on the bottom of pieces and have it work with the board. You don't have to buy special chips for it. And I mean, you can get a roll of 1,000 stickers and put on those pieces on a DGT Centaur. So you can endless variety of chess pieces that you can use on a DGT Centaur. And, you know, and that roll of stickers only costs like $5. So. Let's see what else. This little computer here is a 1.5 gigahertz. I think it's 1.5 gigahertz processor. I think it was. And it has like 4 gigs of RAM. So that was the best one they had that they were selling at the time I bought it. So anyways, when you're done playing, you just simply hit X. If I just want to exit the game, I don't want to play. To get out of this, you just have to hold on up here on the logo, and it takes you to the desktop. And there's a variety of different things. There's folders to put the ROMs in, and you can, theoretically, you can stream this display to like an iPhone or to a tablet. I found it doesn't work very well. I was streaming to my iPhone 12 Max Pro, and it wouldn't recognize any piece movement when streaming. What you have to do is you have to turn it on here, and on your phone you have to download this remote desktop software, so you can remote into this device and stream this display to your phone or to your tablet. So anyways, I kind of like gadgets, so that's why I bought this. But I think if I was gonna go back in time, I probably wouldn't bother, because you get a better experience. In my opinion, just connecting the board to a PC and using the PC software. But that's just my 2 cents. If you like, if you want to play this if you want to play your chess game at a coffee table away from your computer, then this is the way to go. I always play it right next to my PC. So, anyways, that's just my quick review. Hope it helps somebody if you're thinking about buying one. I really like it. I love using these pieces. These are the FIDE World Championship pieces that you can order, and these are like $310, I think they were. The board was like 700 and something. I can't remember exactly how much this was. I think the DaVinci Extreme was like $224 or so. And it doesn't come with a speaker, so you'd want to get a little speaker so you could hear the sound output when it makes the move. Well, I hope that helps. I guess that's all I have to say. If you decide to buy one, I hope you have a good fortune with it. Thanks.